Hello friends, welcome back. It is Good Friday, and I hope you all are having a great Friday. As we head into Easter weekend and the resurrection of the Lord, I know that rebirth is a big deal, and we all have the opportunity to do that really anytime we want to. But I wanted to talk a little bit about last night because there are some things in life that are predictable. There are other things that are not. And I couldn't really believe how, I don't even want to say bad because it wasn't bad, but like I got hit with a really bittersweet moment, and then also an opportunity to lean into something that I take for granted often. But anyhow, yesterday, actually before I get into that story, my car died, my truck died, and I knew it was going to. It's been in and out of the mechanic for a while now, and I got cotton mouth here. And I got bronchitis, which I don't really think I got bronchitis, but I read one of your comments and you were concerned that I might have it. I don't think that's the case, but I definitely have some sort of cold that's been lingering. Maybe it's stress, I don't know, but that's not where I was going with any of this. But my truck was on its way out, and I knew it was on its way out, and the last thing that I want to do is have to finance anything right now. But when I got hit with the mechanic estimate as to what it would be to repair this vehicle, which has extremely high mileage, it became very clear that I should take advantage of it being the end of the month, and I should get a new vehicle, or I'm just throwing money out the window every 30 days and having my life interrupted with this car or this truck, which is constantly in the shop. But fortunately, I'm in a position where I was able to do that. And this is one of my first videos in my new vehicle, which was not the point of this video at all, other than I'm blessed. Thank goodness I was able to solve that problem as quickly as I was. But I know there's lots of folks who are not in that position, and that's terrible. So I don't want to cross too many lanes and start talking about other things that I talk about on other channels, but I do want for everyone who wants to earn more money to have the opportunity to do so. And I know that there is tremendous abundance out there for anyone seeking it. So just know that if you are struggling financially, I know from my own personal experience that anything that I want to learn, I can learn and implement and execute and take massive action on and generate income from ground zero, from nothing. So that's the great thing about YouTube. That's the great thing about Google. That's the great thing about ChatGPT. We've got all the information in the world, a fingertip, a keystroke away, and we can take advantage of that, which has taken me completely off track of what I wanted to. And actually, before I lose my train of thought for like the 100th time on this video, but I got both hands on the wheel and my eyes are forward, so no need to worry about me driving while creating content. Although I know I'm going to get comments that say I'm scaring the bejesus out of everyone. That's not my intent, but where was I going with this story? Yeah, shout out. I want to send a special shout out. And these are two friends that I made through YouTube. These are people, actually, Kevin, 24/7, has become one of my best friends, and it's because he commented on one of my videos, which led to an email, a conversation, and next thing you know, several years later, I'm friends with him, I'm friends with his wife, I'm friends with his family, I'm friends with his brother. I've got an incredible network of friends that I made through a comment on YouTube. and I've talked about this before, but long way of getting to, check out Kevin 24/7, check out Squirrel Tribe, and you can check out Squirrel Tribe Life, Squirrel Tribe 2.0, or Squirrel Tribe. And shout out to Michelle, do you boo? But where was I going with this? They're great friends, and I made them through YouTube. And I never would have had that opportunity if I didn't create content. But they share, especially Kevin, shares lots of ways to monetize YouTube, to monetize all kinds of different things, all types of different side hustles, but real strategies that work in the real world that are proven by him, by me, by Michelle, by Ron, by others. And this is not meant to be an advertisement for them, but I can't help for it to be, because you got to check them out if these are anything, if these topics are anything that you might be interested in. So if you go over there, just let them know that I sent you, and chances are you'll make some new friends and you'll be part of their tribe. But it's a great tribe to be in, which takes me back to where I wanted to go with this entire story to start with, which is last night I had my daughters, and they stayed over last night, and it was amazing. We had a great night. But towards the end of the evening, my daughter, who was laying in bed, cuddled up next to me, starts to let me know that her tooth is wiggly. Now, back in the day when she was younger and she would tell me that her tooth was wiggling, it typically meant that it was barely wiggling and there was a lot of time before that tooth came out. Well, that's not what happened last night, and I wasn't really kind of paying attention. I was half falling asleep, and I got my other daughter in my nook, and we're all kind of having this great night, watching a movie or watching television, and it wasn't even television. We were watching Gravity Falls. So if you want to check out a animated show, a cartoon that's pretty funny, check that one out. But we enjoy it. Anyhow, we're in bed, we're falling asleep. My daughter tells me her tooth is coming out, or is wiggly, and she goes to inspect it in the mirror in the bathroom. And I wasn't really paying attention, as I mentioned. And then she came out, and it was pretty clear that her tooth was actually going to come out. And she had some blood on her tooth, and she was a little bit concerned. And so I asked her, do you want my help? Do you want me to come up there? Do you want me to record this? And it's probably unusual to say, do you want me to record this? I don't know, but I've recorded almost everything that I can think to record. Every milestone that I can think to capture, I've captured. So I definitely have her first tooth coming out, and I wasn't really thinking. It just intuitively came to me to potentially record this event. And I asked her if she wanted all these things. She said no. And so I didn't. And a few minutes later, she comes out with her tooth in her hand. And when she did, she said, "Dad, I am so sorry." And she burst into tears. And I really didn't understand why. But I learned, and she said, you pulled my first tooth out, and you could have pulled my last tooth out. But I wasn't thinking about it, and I just pulled it out myself. And I'm so sorry. And it was so cute, and it was so sweet. And immediately I comforted her and let her know that I'm fine, and I appreciate that she thought of me to do that. But I am here with you, and we are experiencing this, and I was here when your tooth came out. And yes, the tooth fairy's gonna come. And while she was feeling growing pains, which is what it really was, she was aware that this was her last tooth. Her last baby tooth. And there is no more teeth that are likely to come out. And that means that there is no more tooth fairy that's likely to come. And she was upset, and she's crying. And it's a bittersweet moment. But my youngest daughter was so sweet, and she said, I don't want to say her name, but she said, I'll give you my teeth when they come out, and you can put it under your pillow, and you can, the tooth fairy can come for you. Or I'll take my, this was really cute. She says, I'll take my tooth fairy money and I'll buy a bunch of fake teeth and you can put them in your mouth and pretend they fall out and we can get more money from the tooth fairy. That's not a strategy that Kevin or Michelle is likely to teach you, but I figured I would just share that anyway because it was so cute that my youngest was so sweet and kind and loving and empathetic and generous towards my eldest, which is not always the case because sometimes they fight like cats and dogs. Anyhow, but my daughter was upset. She thought that this was the last opportunity for us to experience something. And I got to pause for a second and choose how I wanted to answer and react and feel. And I got to let her know that although, yes, this is your last baby tooth to come out, there are so many firsts that have not happened yet. There are so many exciting things that we're going to get to experience together. And I don't often think that way. I can get caught in my own trap of thinking and not look at things that way. But it's a scarcity mindset. It's a scarcity brain that I think we all are wired with sometimes. But this is a milestone, and it is bittersweet, and she is growing up, and of course there's some growing pains that go with that, but there are so many incredible things that we're going to get to experience together, God willing, but I look forward to all of them. And so it was a really loving, kind moment, and I figured I'd share it with you because Christ is risen. It is almost Easter. It's Good Friday. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If nobody's told you that they love you today, just know that I do, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.